It's kind of spooky. I apologize for the poor lighting. This time I'm in Burlington, Ontario at a Walmart. I just finished talking to one of the managers and she said that I can park here and camp overnight for one night as long as I park in the far corner, and that's where I'm situated. So this is the first night of my nomad life living in my 4Runner. I don't have a diesel heater hooked up yet, or my 40 amp DC to DC charger, or my 2000 watt inverter. None of that's hooked up. Hopefully you'll be hooked up within a week or so, and I'll show you video footage of that. So right now I just have the Carpentry work set up, and I put out my Thermarest mattress and a blanket. For backup heating, I have a little Mr. Buddy heater that I will only use tonight if I can't tolerate the cold. It's supposed to go down to 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit, but inside a vehicle with blankets and sleeping bag, I've slept in that type of weather before without any heat source, and it was fine. But I think that overall, it's just getting used to this new revamped build out of my 4Runners. Instead of living out of plastic bins and bags and boxes, I actually have shelving and cupboard space and thoughtful places where I'm going to put my electronics, my heating source, my fridge, my toilet, and my kitchen and my clothing. This is the Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn adventure that I actually get to live out. But instead of being on a raft, I am in a Toyota 4Runner. So I hope you'll stick around and join me as a wandering warrior as a Ronin on trail. I just want to update you before I went to bed. I just went for a walk, and there's a little blue car to the left of me, a young lady. She's car camping, and other than that, it's just my vehicle and her vehicle, and that's it. I just finished watching Hot Tub Time Machine. It's a silly movie, but it makes me laugh.
You don't think it's a little weird, a bunch of guys just piling up in a big bathtub together? It's called male bonding, okay? Haven't you even seen Wild Hogs?
Anyhow, I'm going to hit the hay, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. My good friend and paramedic brother of 8 years, Phil, is putting together the final stages of my carpentry build-out. He's adding some very special things, personal things that I asked him to include, and you'll see this in this video. And the one tradition that Phil and I started way back when we were paramedic partners is Tim Hortons coffee. The one thing that Phil made sure that we did was repurpose and reuse the wood that we had, or he had, over the years. And the one nice touch that Phil did was he had wood from a church, from the church pews, hardwood, and he cut some trim that you may or may not see in the video. I can't remember, but he cut some trim from church pews. In a very small way, Phil said that you're being watched over and protected, so I really appreciate the very subtle and humble things that Phil does to make sure that I feel safe. Phil's workshop is just more than just a workshop. It's a sanctuary. It's a place where brothers can hang out and just be ourselves. Phil's always been a patient guy with me. He tries to explain what he's doing. He knows that I have more than 2 left thumbs. The best thing I could do is hand him the equipment and agree with him on things that he was trying to explain to me that I had no idea what he was talking about. but compared to what Phil can do in a very short time frame is remarkable. And I hope that this small journey, this small step, this small story of mine helps you in some way, that there are choices, there are good choices. The one nice thing about the collapsible table that converts into an office desk and a dinner table, it reminds me of a miniature school desk. And one nice thing is that the tray folds out, sits on top of my 25-inch wide mattress perfectly. I'll be using it as a laptop desk to do YouTube videos and editing, and as well have dinner on it, and I can use it inside or outside. I started off living in my vehicle on an air mattress and blankets and cargo bins and boxes, and I've now moved into a vehicle that looks like a home on wheels. And the point that I'm trying to make is, I didn't do this by myself. I couldn't have done this by myself. There are people who reach out and communicate to me from Hawaii and Australia, and United States and Europe, and I really appreciate all the first responders and war veterans that have reached out to me. I'm forever indebted for all the wonderful things that Phil has done for my Toyota 4Runner, building it from an SUV into a home on wheels, and for all the wonderful moments and memories that Phil has shared with me over the years. He's not only been a great brother to me as a paramedic, but there are multiple times that he was directly involved in saving my life. There are many heroic stories, but there are more remarkable stories of the man that Phil is, and the type of person and the type of friend and the type of brother Phil is to me. So I know Phil doesn't like me talking about him and complimenting him. He's a very humble man, but he's not here right now, so I'm going to pay him the compliments that he rightly deserves. My vehicle battery and alternator will be charging my house battery, my lithium battery. Brian made sure I had the proper gauge wiring and a 60 amp fuse circuit breaker. And Brian was able to wire from the vehicle battery to the back of the house battery through the firewall wiring conduit that was already in place in my Toyota 4Runner. So there was no extra holes that were needed to drill through my firewall. I have asthma and allergies, so I just felt better the fresh air intake being in my vehicle, which I know I can keep clean, instead of being on the underneath exterior of my vehicle where it's not clean and exposed to the elements, the exhaust and dirt. So the diesel heater aluminum exhaust pipe wrap and the reflectix will help and protect my vehicle from excessive heat. The diesel heater has 4 outlets for hot air. We blocked off 2 of the outlets. One of the outlets goes into the main part or the main cabin of my vehicle, my living space. The other ductwork goes underneath the main flooring, and that ducting will be used to not only heat the flooring, but I can put my wet boots and my wet socks and gloves and coats down below and use it as a dryer. And hopefully I'll be able to show you that in action and in future videos. driver's side passenger door as my electronic and power source area access. So I can't exit or enter from that side, which is fine because I can exit from my rear hatch or my passenger side back door. Smile, brother. You're on YouTube, brother.
How you doing?
And I hope those of you who are living in your vehicle or you're thinking of living in a vehicle, you got something out of this video, whether it's good or bad. And if you want to, please leave in the comments what you liked or what you didn't like, or if you have any questions. Thank you for letting me be part of your life. I don't like being in front of the camera. I don't really like looking at the camera. My own brother and my paramedic brothers have told me to share my story and to offer the little piece of the world that I'm living right now, because I'm just talking to that one person. For those of you who are first responders and everyday heroes, you know what that atmosphere is all about. The pressure in the atmosphere, that feeling inside, good and bad. It's really important, at least for me, to get out, to journey, to get into the forest, to hike, to walk, to be alone but not lonely, and to share your story, and to listen to other people's stories, and combine your story and their stories, and make a great book. So thank you. Thank you for this truck, this home on wheels. Thank you for letting me be a Ronin on trail.
Hot tub time machine.